Hey guys, Trevor here. In today's video, I'll cover the most recent news that happened this week. So if you're new to the channel, give a like, share, and subscribe because it helps a lot so I can continue to grow and improve the quality of my content. So let's get into the video. So this week, 243 added a new Search Halo MCC, so now you can buy older seasonal items that you weren't able to get before. Because every season, it has its own seasonal challenges. But when the season ends, you're unable to do those challenges and the things that were tied in with those challenges, like some weapon skins and things like that, are inaccessible for players that weren't able to do the challenge, or even for people who weren't playing Halo MCC yet. So basically, it was very sad because some of the things that you could get by doing those seasonal challenges are very cool. Like for example, one of the bug skins, one of the variations of the bug skin in Halo 3 ODST, that it was tied in with a challenge from season 3. But now you can't do it anymore. And in my opinion, it is very sad. But now with this new store, you can buy those items using seasonal points with no microtransactions added. So this is an incredible feature that Fortress is adding that, in my opinion, Halo MCC should always had this feature because it's something that is very cool and adds more value to the seasonal points. And also, if you want to know more about this, I made a whole video about it. This was my last video, so go check it out after watching this one. Because it is very, very interesting what I said during that video, so go check it out. And also, on the most recent Ask Trevor interview, they were asked if there will be any playable elites in Halo Infinite, and sadly they confirmed that elites won't be in Halo Infinite, at least at launch. But one of the good things about that they specified that won't be at launch. So probably they'll add playable elites during Halo Infinite's life cycle. Because one of the biggest things with Halo Infinite is that it will be supported for the next 10 years. So basically they have a lot of time to add new features to Halo Infinite, and I'm very excited to see. But still, it's sad that we won't have playable elites at launch. I personally don't play a lot with as an elite during Halo 3, but still, sometimes I like to play as an elite. And also, a lot of people like to play as elites because, in my opinion, they're as interesting as Spartans. So in general, I'm very sad that they won't be in Halo Infinite at launch, but at least we'll have a chance of receiving them later. And also, in that same interview, they were asked if there will be dual wielding in Halo Infinite, and again, they said no. And I completely understand why, because dual wielding in general is a very difficult feature for them to balance. Because imagine if you're 243 and you're trying to finish Halo Infinite, try to polish everything, and you have a very, very big weapon sandbox that you have to balance them like a single weapon, and while you're dual wielding it, because it can't be too strong when you're using it like just by itself. Because when you're dual wielding it, if you have a strong weapon that you can dual wield, you'll basically have a very OP and unbalanced weapon. So in general, it is very difficult to balance it out. So it was a miracle that Halo 3 has as good as a weapon sandbox and balancement in general, because it is very difficult to achieve this. And also, during that interview, they were asked about the open world aspects of Halo Infinite because most people actually were thinking that Halo Infinite will be an open world Halo game, and I completely understand because man, Halo Infinite has almost all the features that an open world game has. But differently from an open world game, it it tries not to be an open world game, but it has the features an open world game has. So for a lot of people, this was a very confusing. But in my opinion, it's just because Halo Infinite is drawing a lot of characteristic from open world games, but at the same time not being one. Because Street Fighter is trying to not to alienate the older fan base, so they don't want to make an open world game. But they said that they still want to give the player a sense of choice. Because in some Halo games, especially during Halo 3 in my opinion, the campaign was very, very linear. Not that this is a bad thing, most FPS games are linear. But I feel that Halo games like Halo C that had a lot of choice, it felt bigger in a certain way, even though technically speaking they're smaller than Halo 2 in general. So in my opinion, it is very interesting to see how it will play out in Halo Infinite. because Halo Infinite has a very difficult task to try to bring the old and new Halo game things and features together. Because they want to improve Halo and add more to the formula, but at the same time, they don't want to alienate other fans. So I think that by having some open world elements, but not being a completely open world game, I think that's the best route for them because they can add some very cool things like the day and night cycle that I covered on a later video of mine. That you can also check it out after watching this one. That simply improve the gameplay, but without changing it so too much. So in my opinion, it's simply incredible what Fortress is doing, and I'm very excited to see how Halo Infinite will be, and how Halo MTG Season 6 will be also. So I think that's it for this video. Give a like, share, and subscribe because it helps a lot so you can continue to grow and improve the quality of my content. And see you in the next video. Peace.